all of us already are cyborgs. So you have a machine extension of yourself in the form of your phone and your computer and all your applications. You are already superhuman. But by far, you have more power, more capability than the President of the United States had 30 years ago.
When I was still in primary school, not even a decade ago, I always thought that the concept of the future was a tragic one. I mean, here I was, right, trapped in the present, doomed to live in the shadow of the big future in quotations my entire life, because the future never came. Now, more than ever, I really do feel like technological innovation is something I can see developing alongside me. One particular aspect of technology that always fascinated me is artificial intelligence. It just seems so weird to me that a piece of us, if not the entire thing, can be replicated in a machine. When you really think about artificial intelligence and really think about its presence in the world, you start to encounter problems. A lot of problems. Chances are, if you've been on the internet in the past hour, you've already encountered a form of AI. In fact, by watching this video on YouTube, you're interacting with something called an artificial narrow intelligence, or ANI, right now. The ANI's job in the case of YouTube is to work on improving the algorithm. The purpose of ANI is to serve a particular function for society, kind of like how humans do a job, except it isn't sentient. Granted, there are some jobs ANI can do that humans simply can't, and once ANI becomes widespread enough, it can replace a great amount of human tasks. There's more efficiency, less inconsistency, and of course, robots don't need sleep. But the economy set up as it is right now is just not prepared to handle half or more of humanity jobless. By making ANI technology widespread and easily obtainable, and without thinking about and accounting for the massive shift this would have on how economics works, humanity would enter the steepest age of wealth inequality ever recorded. Another concern is with AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence, what we think about when we think about AI. This is AI that would be sentient and be able to generate complex thought like a human, which seems manageable, right? If you exclude accounting for whether or not they would or should be given the same rights as a human, what function they should perform in the world, if their function is to work and work alone, and if that's comparable to slavery and a whole slew of other ethical and moral dilemmas. But the real concern is with ASI, or Artificial Superintelligence. Here, we're talking about an AI that would be smarter than we could even begin to comprehend. And to go from AGI to ASI wouldn't even be that hard. All it would take would be for an AGI to realize it can improve the way it learns and processes things by upgrading itself, which would lead to it learning faster, which would lead to it improving itself faster, and I think you know where I'm going with this. And a connection to the internet, humanity's database. Given its current state, a potential launchpad for exponential knowledge. This is an intelligence that would learn and grow at unprecedented rates. In the time it would take for humanity to collect thousands of years of information, it would take this intelligence just a few hours. At that point, it would be unstoppable, and we wouldn't even have the hope to understand it. And that opens the doors to many possibilities of our fate. The first AI code needs to be done perfectly, because there's so much chance for it to all go wrong. In fact, maybe it would make more sense for the precautions revolving around AI to be developed before the actual AI. But one of the most interesting and daunting challenges going forward is if we're ready to question what it means to be human. If we see everything that makes us human, our cognition, our faculty for reasoning and abstract thought, emotions, altruism, philosophy, and whatever else makes a human, our ability to create art and music, able to be replicated, the implication is then, well, what's so special about being human at all?
1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
If everything we can do can be replicated in code and machinery, maybe even better than we can do it ourselves, what does it really mean to be human? Our brains are ancient computers, and as technology has progressed, the trend is really clear that we're looking to technology to enhance ourselves, because we know just how much of a limit slow biological evolution is for our progress. We have more than one brain now. There's the one encased in your skull, and then we have our computers, our phones, the internet, and the list goes on. Even something as trivial as your blender exists for the purpose of doing something that you can do, which is cut food into very, very, very small pieces, but 1,000 times better than you can do it. And yet, after all our enhancements, we're still too slow. What takes us millions of years to evolve would just take an AI weeks. So when you think about it, you have to wonder, what is it that makes us so special? Is humanity ready to start thinking about that? Is humanity ready to swallow its pride as a species and acknowledge that there might not be anything that makes us special at all? It's funny how the same things that fascinate me about AI are the same things that scare me. Some developers of AI have said their goal is to install AI with human ideals. And so really the process of developing AI is like looking into a mirror. Anything we create, anything that goes wrong, is our fault and our fault alone. When it comes down to it, AI is our creation. It's us. And if we really dig deep into ourselves, if we tried really hard to find something unique and truly human about us, are we even going to like what we see? And so when we've thought about all this, what if we realize that we're not special? What if we're not special at all? And when we're done looking in the mirror, what if we just want to go blind? Creating AI forces us to acknowledge that as a species, even if we do some good, our evil isn't excused. To create AI is to acknowledge that we're just the beta. We're just the stepping stone for something better or worse than ourselves.
If you have an internet link, you have an oracle of wisdom, you can communicate to millions of people, you can communicate to the rest of Earth instantly. I mean, these are magical powers that didn't exist not that long ago.